Arsenal will be coming up against Bayern Munich. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gustavo Football Headquarters, and this is the Champions League preview. Currently, the two most informed teams in Europe right now. Arsenal will be coming up against the Bavarians, Bayern Munich. Yes, the numbers and the stats show this clearly. Arsenal in the last 15 games are unbeaten, winning 13 and drawing 2. Bayern Munich the whole season have played 18 times and have drawn just 1 and won 17. Very impressive stats from both clubs. Now, with the head-to-heads between these two sides have met 14 times, with Arsenal winning 3, Bayern winning 8, and 3 ending up in a draw. Now, with the goal scored between these two sides in this fixture, with the head-to-heads, Arsenal have scored 15 times, with Bayern scoring as twice. Bayern have scored 30 times in this fixture against Arsenal. This fixture produces a whole lot of goals, right? Currently, with the way these two teams are playing, with the high-scoring games that we are seeing from these two sides, especially Arsenal's dominant performance against Tottenham in the London derby. They beat Tottenham by 4-1. Bayern, on the other hand, also came down from 2 goals and won by 6-2. Yes, so personally, I'm expecting a whole bunch of goals in this match between Bayern and Arsenal. And now, on the side of Arsenal, especially with that win against Tottenham, Ebere, what a player, man. Nah, that guy, what a signing. What a signing Ebere has been for Arsenal. In the absence of Captain Odegaard, he has slotted into that number 10 position perfectly. And personally, I would say I prefer Ebere in that hole, that number 10 position, to Odegaard. Right? That was where this guy played for Palace. And he was so productive. Scoring goals, giving assists, providing chances. Right? And we saw that against Tottenham. Personally, I prefer him over Odegaard. Is there a possibility that Arteta can bench Odegaard for Ebere, especially in that number 10 role? Let me see your thoughts, or let me know your thoughts. With Ebere, as we all know him to be, most of the times his passes are forward passes, right? Proper number 10 like kind of play. Those small pocket passes, right? When it comes to shooting, when it comes to dribbling, assisting, creating chances, a proper number 10 in general, right? So I think, especially in this game, with Bayern, who are so prone to conceding goals, and I think in this game, Bayern are going to concede. That's no argument. That's no argument. Bayern are going to concede in this game. With the kind of way they play, I think Bayern attacks so much that they forget to defend. And against this Arsenal side, bro, goals flying in from everywhere, from every position. I think this game, especially at the Emirates, is going to be cinematic. Yes, so let's wait after 90 minutes and see what happens. Now, with Arsenal, I would say the only place that may cause them may be that Gabriel absence. Gabriel Mangales, his absence. Especially coming up against Olise. And most importantly, Harry Kane, who has scored the highest number of times against Arsenal, more than anyone else. He has scored 14 times and assisted once against the Gunners. Coming up against an Arsenal defense, which has been handicapped with the absence of Gabriel. We all know how good or how instrumental Gabriel has been to this Arsenal defense. Right? Harry Kane, very productive. Provides a whole lot of goals, as we all know. And being the highest scorer against Arsenal is going to be something beautiful to behold, for real. And I'm just thinking of how this Arsenal defense are going to come up against the likes of Gnabry, Kane, right? And Olise. On the side of Bayern, as we all know, Luis Diaz will be out with that red card he had against PSG, with that tackle he made against Hakimi. Yeah, so I think in that position, it's really going to be a big blow for Bayern as well. Because Diaz, since his arrival at Bayern, has been electric. He has been scoring, providing assists, working very hard for the team. And I think his absence is going to be a very, very big loss. And now, there's one point I would like to chip in into this conversation of ours. Leandro Trossard. Bro, that guy, I would say he is the most underrated midfielder or underrated player in general in the Premier League right now. Bro comes to the field silently. That's the job. No antics, no flicks. Pure business. Leandro Trossard. Look at the productivity from this guy. The number of goals he's given us now. The number of assists he's given us now. Right? He's doing everything perfectly. But you don't hear any noise about this brother. And so, I think in this game, as I said earlier, Trossard should be played on the left-hand side as usual and leave Ebere Eze in that number 10 position. I think that is really going to be the killer blow for Bayern if this really indeed happens. Because Ebere Eze in that position is very, very dangerous. Yes. So, what do you think? Is Arsenal going to come up top against their nemesis Bayern? Because with the head-to-heads, Bayern always mostly come up top against Arsenal. Is Arteta going to continue his wonderful form with this wonderful Arsenal side? Company, is he also going to prove doubted wrong? Because most people think Company isn't doing that well, but then it's just because he's a Bayern with quality players, right? Most people have said this to coaches like Guardiola, that he's just doing well because he had the likes of Messi and co. Can Company prove his doubted wrong in this game? Let's meet here again after 90 minutes. See you next time.